Recently, I decided that I was going to pursue what I have always wanted to do with my career, which is to be an illustrator. But I forgot how to draw. This is a problem. Okay, let me back up a second. What do I mean when I say that I forgot how to draw? Did I fall off a bridge and hit my head and get amnesia? Did Swiper swipe my sacred art knowledge? It wasn't nearly as exciting as all that. I just got caught up in work and adult life after I graduated from college and just didn't draw as much as I used to. Now, the solution to this should be easy, right? Just start drawing again. But people who have been through this type of a thing know how actually impossible that feels. I forgot certain fundamentals of drawing and flat out didn't use them in any of the work that I did. I got irritated when I couldn't draw what I wanted to draw, which made me not want to draw even more, which meant that I was practicing less. I forgot how to move my hands the way that my brain wanted them to. Luckily, as of right now, a few months after I recognized this problem, things have gotten way better. And I have 3 tips for you later on in this video of things that I kind of discovered along the way. But first, how did I make things better? I spent actual years feeling like I had lost the key to a very important box in my head. I would jiggle the lock every so often. I would look through drawers for the key, but nothing that I tried would get that box open. So when I decided once and for all that I actually was going to pursue being an illustrator, not being able to open that box and access the drawing abilities that were inside it became something that I couldn't ignore anymore. I tried practicing again and sort of pushed the frustration aside, but every time that I made a piece of artwork, it felt like I was trudging through mud. It was just way harder than it should have been, way harder than I remembered it being in the past. And even when I did eke out something good doing that, my style was just all over the place, which is great if you're just wanting to mess around and do art, but if you're trying to find an agent, you really need to have consistency in your work, and I just did not. But then I remembered something. A while back, I had taken some classes and participated in the forums of SBS Learn, and I remembered it being a really valuable resource, but I hadn't hopped in there for a long time. I want to make a separate video reviewing SBS Learn in whole, but for now, I just want to say that it almost single-handedly got me back on track with drawing again. I say almost single-handedly because the other hand, my hand, was the hand that was drawing a lot and putting the work in. I am now a few months into going back and learning things through SBS, and it's been so helpful. I'm actually happy about the work that I've been putting out now. Just in case you're going through something similar to me, I wanted to share 3 insights that I have come up with in the past few months that have helped me go from, oh no, I've forgotten how to draw, to, oh no, yeah, I've still got stuff to learn for sure, but like, I can draw. No matter how long you've been doing art, even if you are in your prime, having a really good grasp of the basics of drawing is super,
and I cannot stress this enough,
super important. But a lot of people find practicing fundamentals and basics to be super boring. And I get that, okay? I get that. I don't always find them fun either. But look at it this way. If you're going to make mistakes while you learn, which is gonna happen, you might as well be making those mistakes in a sketchbook and really learning the basics very well so that when you're working on a final piece of artwork, you've already gotten all the mistakes out of the way and you can just have fun working on the art. Get off my keyboard. This probably seems super obvious to some people, but I did not do that for a long time. I would just get an idea in my head and would immediately pull out a piece of artwork or a piece of paper and start working on a final piece of artwork. But since I wasn't practicing certain skills outside of the final drawing, I made all the mistakes in the drawing that I was hoping was going to be a really nice piece of artwork. This was so frustrating. It made drawing into a chore rather than being fun, which is what it should be. I would draw and erase and draw and erase and draw and erase and draw and erase and draw and erase. It was not fun. Do the practice in your sketchbook, learn the fundamentals really well, and then have fun drawing and make better art. Seems like a good deal. If you've been stuck not drawing for a while, you may feel really inspired getting back into it. My favorite tip for this is to think about what you liked drawing as a kid and draw that, no matter how silly or cringy or weird it might seem to you now. Were dragons your thing? Draw dragons. Were kitty cats your thing? Draw kitty cats. Did you love robots? Draw robots. You big into making Sonic the Hedgehog fan OCs? You could draw them. You could do them now. Allowing myself to draw things that childhood me enjoyed drawing kind of woke her up in my head. And let me tell you, she is very excited about doing art. Reconnecting to her has made me a lot more enthusiastic about artwork in general. The whole lone artist thing is romantic on paper, but not in reality. We need people. Yes, even you, super introverted person, who has trouble asking where the peanut butter is at the grocery store because your hands get sweaty when you think about talking to one of the store workers. I see you, I've been there. An art community can take many forms, so even if you live in a really small town that doesn't have very many artists in it, you can still find communities online. That's where most of my art friends are. And like I said before, SVS has been a really integral part of me relearning how to draw again, and a lot of that has been the community there. But if you're lucky, you live in a place that has museums and galleries, and you can go there to meet other artists in real life. Even just having 2 or 3 people that you can share artwork back and forth with and give critiques. I love you. Oh my goodness, I love you. Even just having 2 or 3 people that you can share your artwork with and get feedback can be incredibly crucial to your growth and success. One thing you can do is sub to my channel, because hopefully this really can be a place where people who are interested in art can kind of grow together and encourage each other. So go make some friends in the comments. I dare you. If you focus on just those 3 things, you'll actually grow pretty quickly. Maybe you'll even regain your full powers. But I have a bonus tip for you. Forgive yourself. If you found yourself in a position where you haven't been making much art and you've been itching to get back into it, you might have feelings of guilt and frustration for having stopped at all, no matter how legitimate the reasons were. If you go into your drawing times with a sense of anger and frustration at yourself, it's just going to clog you up and make the art creation even harder. So forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for the hours that you were watching YouTube instead of making art. Forgive yourself for only having 20 minutes to draw today instead of having 2 hours. Forgive yourself for having 5 minutes to draw today and not 20 minutes. Forgive yourself for chronic health problems that slow you down. Those aren't your fault anyway. Forgive yourself for forgetting what you used to know how to do, because you're more important than any art that you make. Having been drawing so much recently has actually made me feel really good, like better than I have in a long time. I don't know if it will work out in the end, but I have to try. This is one of those things that I know if I don't try to become an illustrator, that at some point later on in my life, I will have giant regrets for not having made the attempt. So I'm continuing to learn how to draw, I'm continuing to get better at drawing, and we'll just see what happens next. And I hope that you try with your art goals too, you know? I hope that you make it. I hope that in the near future you find yourself drawing and it's fun again. Oh, you got hair in my tea. Oh, that's gross. Girl, go away.